Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. So, one of the common comments I get from my videos is, wow, watching your channel is very expensive because I see something on your channel that I really want and I end up buying it. I just saw another comment like that this morning. Well, this video is just the opposite. I am going to be showing you records I regret buying. If I had to do it over again, I would not buy these records. So I thought that would be an interesting topic. Let's get started with the first one. I will let you know none of these records in my collection are for sale. I haven't quite let them go in the way that I want to not have them in my collection anymore. I'm just saying that if I had to do it over again, they would be a hard pass. How about that? So let's go ahead and get started with one that I think might shock everyone. George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, the 50th anniversary edition. I do love having this beautiful spine and having a brand new beautiful box. And the vinyl itself on the purchase I made, there were different variations of this. I picked this beautiful splatter vinyl. It's green, it has light green speckles and splatters. It's really, really pretty, no doubt about it. And this probably was one of the more basic reissues you could buy. I know that I really drooled over those beautiful pewter statues if you wanted to spend $1,000 on that really incredible box set that came out. You know, I didn't do that. I bought one of the more basic titles, but if I had to do it over again, it would have been a hard pass for me. I don't think it was a big enough improvement over the original. I don't really play it that much, and to be honest with you, I like this version better, and I believe it came out back in 2000 or very early 2000s, the 30th anniversary of this. I think this particular copy sounds better than what came out just a couple of years ago. So kind of regret buying that. Now the vinyl itself is beautiful, colored vinyl, but colored vinyl isn't enough to make me want to take out the record and play it. So I wish it would have sounded better. Maybe they did the best they could, and I do say I think that's the case. I just don't think that particular record is ever going to sound unbelievably amazing. But I will say that of the solo career of all of the Beatles, George Harrison's All Things Must Pass and Paul McCartney and Wings' Band on the Run are the top of the top. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think the best solo work by the Beatles is. I would love to know what you think. Next up is a record that I bought. It just took me by surprise. It looked very psychedelic. I love psychedelic records. When I went to look into it, it just seemed too good to pass up. But it was a mistake for me, and I'm talking about the American Metaphysical Circus by Joe Byrd and the Field Hippies. Joe Byrd was coming off of the band called the United States of America. It was a great psychedelic band, and I thought this was going to be more of the same. And it is. It's very psychedelic. The problem is it goes maybe a little too far out for me. I don't get it. I play it, and there are aspects of it that I enjoy, but the album in its entirety, not a chance. Maybe I will put this one out there, listen to it again in a couple of years, and I'll get it. You know, I've come a long way because just 5 years ago, I would never dream that I would own so many jazz records that I totally love and get. Maybe in time, this one will grow on me. But as for now, I think I paid $20 for this record. I think it could have been spent elsewhere, and I would have been better for it. So I'm not letting go of that record. I'm going to revisit it in a couple of years. If after that I don't get it, maybe I'll let it go out of the collection. I just think it's too psychedelic, maybe too a little out there for my listening tastes. And the next record is one that the music is outstanding. Amazing artists. Again, it's in the jazz genre. I desired this record. And where I live, jazz is very hard to come by. And I had never seen this record before, wanted to have it. I bought it online with the grading of the album cover as being VG, and it did have a note, damage to the spine. So I bought it anyway. Big mistake. It is the Chick Corea Bill Evans Sessions, Stan Getz on the Verve label. First of all, this is kind of a lame cover to begin with, but great music, great artists. I had to have this record. And what really topped it off for me, the artists I love, and there is a song on here called Melinda. If you look up here, Melinda. How could I not want that record? But when I got it and I saw the damage to the spine, I was immediately grossed out. It truly looks like a mouse chewed on this album cover. And I don't enjoy that at all. It grosses me out. Now, maybe that's not what happened, but that's exactly what it looks like. So I feel like I have a mouse chewed out album cover. The record itself sounds great. So I'm kind of stuck. I'm not going to pay a lot of money to re-buy this record. It would have to be $5 or something like that, just so I could replace the album cover. My vinyl record sounds fine. It's great. But yuck. This to me grosses me out. I guess if you want to say there is an upswing to this, I can easily spot it on my bookshelf. It's a standout, wouldn't you say? Yes. So it's a great record. I like the album, but I would not buy this particular copy again because honestly, when I think a mouse chewed on it, that's totally disgusting to me. The next record is one I bought a couple of years ago on vacation. I love St. Augustine, Florida. When we go there, we will drive an hour or so away from St. Augustine, and we will go to record stores. And that's one of the fun things about that trip. I bought this one a couple of years ago. I couldn't resist, but I passed up some really cool records along the way to buy this. Albums like the first pressing of the Halloween soundtrack. It cost more than what I paid for this record, but I could have taken the funds that I spent on this record and bought the Halloween soundtrack first pressing. And the Exorcist soundtrack, a very early pressing of that as well. So I let those records go and I bought this instead. It is Journey Frontiers. And I love this album. Amazing memories of the song Separate Ways. I have a very cool memory that I may share at some point, if you want to hear it, about the song Faithfully, a slow dance that I had with that song. Very, very interesting. Cinder My Love, After the Fall, Chain Reaction. I mean, this album is so incredible. So I thought getting this half-speed mastered version, which is very hard to find. I've only seen it one time, and it's this copy that I bought. I bought it, and I think I paid $40 to $50 for it, which was more than what I could have got for those soundtracks. I could have had the Exorcist record for that for sure. I would have had to pay more for Halloween. I was so delighted. This is not easy to find, this half-speed mastered version of this record. And I was so excited, and I compared it to my original. I put it on my turntable when I got home from vacation, and it sounded exactly like the original. It wasn't any better. There was no improvement. It sounded exact. So Frontiers is normally probably a $10 to $15 record, and I paid quite a bit more for this, and there's no difference in sound quality. It's still a great record, but when I think about the possibilities of what else I could have owned while I still had the original Frontiers, I regret buying that. Next up is a wonderful record that I love this song. I love getting 45 RPM maxi singles of cool songs that I really love. And I love Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. I think it's such a cool song. So I saw this one and it was probably $15, which is way more than you should spend for a maxi single, in my opinion. But I spent the extra money because I really do love Owner of a Lonely Heart. And to think I could get it on 1 LP, 45 RPM, I thought, wow, that's going to sound amazing. I have to get this. But this particular side A is a special red and blue remix dance version. And a lot of times when there's a dance version, I think, okay, they just are going to redo it's going to be a long version, which I think is really cool. A lot of times they will replay the solo, remix maybe one of the choruses, or just do something to make the song longer. But no, this is a total rehaul of this song. It sounds nothing like the original. It's extremely weird, and honestly, I don't enjoy listening to it at all. There was something that came out back in the early 90s, a song called Tic-Tac-Toe, where they sampled Yes, Owner of a Lonely Heart, and I enjoyed that, but I don't enjoy this. Thankfully, on side 2, there is Owner of a Lonely Heart, the single version with our song, and those are enjoyable. I do like those, but for $15, I already own the little single of Owner of a Lonely Heart. I did not need to spend $15 on this. So it was a huge disappointment. I'm not going to ever play that horrific version of Owner of a Lonely Heart, the whatever they call the dance, remix dance version. It's horrendous, in my opinion. If you love it, great. I'm glad you didn't waste your money. I wasted my money. I don't enjoy that. The next record I'm going to show is one that I'm going to give you warning. If you have your children in the room, this album cover, in my opinion, is a little risque. But compared to what's coming out recently, and I'm talking to you, Lana Del Rey, I cannot believe these women who are putting out these graphic album covers of their own bodies. I don't understand it. I think it's crazy. I know you guys probably enjoy it, but I don't. I just think it's unnecessary. So compared to what people like Lana Del Rey are putting out there, this is mild. So you've been warned. This is a little risque, in my opinion. It is Britney Spears' Greatest Hits, My Prerogative. I really thought I needed her greatest hits. Come to find out, I don't. I don't need them. I like the song Toxic. When it came out, I thought it was really cool. And there's other songs on here like I'm a Slave for You that I thought was kind of neat when it came out. Me Against the Music with Madonna was cool. Baby One More Time, I was never a big fan of that one. You know, the more I look at all of this, the less I need it. And I don't play it, you guys. To be honest with you, instead of buying this album on vinyl, when I'm in the mood to hear Toxic or one of those songs, I just need to stream it. I don't need to own this. So a little bit of a regret purchasing that one. And not only did I buy that one, the Greatest Hits, this came out after, I guess, the Greatest Hits. So I bought this one too, with the hit Give Me More. That's my favorite Britney Spears song. I really love it. But I don't need to own it on vinyl. Anytime I'm in the mood to hear Give Me More, I can stream it. And it's not going to sound any worse. They sound about the same probably. And these are taking up space. And more importantly, they were a waste of money. Not for people who grew up in her era and who are die-hard Britney Spears fans. I get that and I respect that. I'm just not a die-hard fan. I wish her well, but I'm not a die-hard Britney Spears fan. So for me, I could have just left those purchases alone and streamed her music. This next record that I bought, y'all are gonna, yeah, you're not even gonna understand me, okay? So I think there's a possibility that in time I will play this record. I still haven't played it. But my daughter has informed me that pets are the new children and that plants are the new pets. In other words, I'm not getting grandkids. She may change her mind. She's still very young and she's just been really working hard on her career. She is in her last year of medical school. So the last thing she's probably thinking about are children. She may change her mind in the future. I'm more than happy either way. If she chooses not to have grandkids, fine. If she does choose to have grandkids, great. And I will play this record for my grandchildren. And y'all might even wonder why I would do that. This is E.T., the Extraterrestrial, narrated by Michael Jackson. That's where you all probably think, leave the grandchildren alone. But I'm not totally convinced that Michael Jackson did anything wrong. I could be wrong, but I believe in innocence until proven guilty. And as of yet, he has not been proven guilty. So I don't need this, but you know what? If I ever do move and I get my own music room, here is why I bought that record. This amazing and beyond belief poster, you guys. I had to buy this because of the poster. So call me crazy, I understand. Next up is a record that, before I get on to the last one, another record that I'm disappointed in, I want to show you a record that I would never be disappointed in. And I cherish. It's so amazing. I have so many incredible viewers. You tune in, I should say, to my channel every single week, and or every other week, whatever. I'm just so grateful that anybody watches my channel. And this one guy reached out to me, Thomas from Oregon, and he said, I've been watching your channel for years. I really enjoy just having a cup of coffee, watching your videos. That means so much to me, you guys. You have no idea. I can put these videos out here, but if I don't have people as kind as Thomas to watch them, it really doesn't mean a lot. And he said, I've been watching your channel for years, and I want to send something to you because I know you love this band. And wow, I am so stunned that I now own this. This is Duran Duran's Decade. I owned this back when I was young. I either had the CD or the cassette. I don't remember. Because I love Duran Duran. Y'all know I love Hungry Like the Wolf. I even love Seven and the Ragged Tiger, the Reflex. I love this era of Duran Duran. And this album, Decade, has all of the hits that I want from Duran Duran. It is amazing. Planet Earth, Girls on Film, Hungry Like the Wolf, Rio, Save a Prayer, Is There Something I Should Know, Union of the Snake. I love Notorious also. There's so many great hits that are on this record. And I never dreamed I would own it on vinyl. It does need a reissue. It would be nice if it was on 2 LPs, but it's not. And for me, it doesn't matter. I think when you consider how many songs are on this one single record, and that it came out in 1989 when vinyl was all but ignored and neglected, I think this sounds really, really good. So thank you so much to Thomas in Oregon. No one ever has to send me a record. It's an honor when I receive them, and yes, it's encouragement, but it's never necessary because I'm just so grateful for so many of you who watch my channel every single week, Thomas included. And to get something like this, I'm just so honored. And this is going to be played and played and played on my turntable. Thank you, Thomas in Oregon. And now let's go ahead and talk about the final record that I wish I hadn't bought. Decade is something that if I had ever seen, I would have bought. This kind of concludes the video of records I wish I had never bought. Throwing Carper by Live. I love this record. I love the song. I bought it because All Over You was a favorite of mine. I think it's such a good song. Also, the big hit on here was Alone. That's a great song. I love Lightning Crashes. But this 25th anniversary of this record does not sound good. And I really wish I would have just bought a CD, or when I'm in the mood to hear it, I just stream it. Because it's so dull, it's so flat, in my opinion. Now, that's just according to my stereo equipment and to my own ears. If you have that and it really does something for you, I'm not putting it down at all. This whole discussion is subjective. And we all will not agree. So if there's something in this stack of records that you think, Melinda, you are so wrong about this, let me know in the comments. Or if you agree, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. And thank you again for watching my videos. I'm so appreciative, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.